Get back stuck into the campaign. Okay, so I've done the prologue already. So does it come up with my rank if I come in here? It does not. That's frustrating. The previous game was quite good at showing where you were. So let's hit up Threshold then. So it looks like you've got a few other modes now. We've got a coordinated defense. Doesn't say what coordinated defense does. Okay, we've got fixed resources, which gives you a total amount of money to spend. Power outage. So you need to keep the cores near the towers. That's interesting. Okay, focal point seems to be use the cursor to kill them, so it's a bit more interactive, not waiting for the towers to do it. Can't upgrade the towers. Limited towers allows you to defend the cores with only a set number of towers. And fully loaded gives you everything, which is good because there were previous missions on Defense Grid where you couldn't use all the towers on certain story levels, which was a little bit frustrating because some of them would have worked well in the early levels. So anyway, let's go with the story. Open mode on normal. And let's go. Again, we'll use Kai. We haven't got any upgrades for our weapons, which is fine.
Sudden death every
So
few
let's
minutes.
Even this place looks good.
We're landing the command shuttle Rafaela now. We'll connect to the grid as we isolate the signal. Interesting.
Okay.
It's actually a level 4 distress call. Precisely the same distress level as my mother-in-law arriving unannounced.
You really think you should be joking when someone's in trouble?
A quip here and there has kept me sane on this long journey of ours, Kai.
We're
Well,
coming
relatively
around
sane.
there.
I'm not sure the commander would agree.
Down here, looks like I've
Wait,
got a
oh
few
no.
spots for towers.
I see the recon too. Damn, years of deep space travel and the aliens still beat us.
We'll go with some guns.
Can we fight them here?
Best
Checking
spot for
systems.
a
I can bring 3 tower types
Inferno is
online
probably on
immediately.
this particular corner.
Gun, Inferno, and cannon towers.
Precisely.
Double gun at the start
Prepare for
here.
invasion.
Here they come. Good luck, you three.
Do a gun here just to force them around this route. We'll put a gun there as well. That'll send them back around here. And I'll put an Inferno right there. Got 20 waves to go through on this level. I'm probably going to need to put a cannon up at some point, depending on what the enemies that come through. I'm going to drop another gun right here. The guns are just the best all-around weapon. They have a really good rate of fire, they've got an excellent range, and they seem to take out pretty much all types of enemies, especially if you get them upgraded. The rate of fire is quite strong. Just realised I haven't got my thing stretched to screen. Bear with me a second. Still not stretched to full screen. How very annoying. Let me just check what I can do here in... There we go. As soon as I see this come up on Twitch, we can get moving.
Commander shuttle. Seems like an...
Okay, let's get back into the campaign mission now with Threshold. We're going to restart. Had a few issues with my stream before. Hopefully should all be sorted now. Let's go.
Commander shuttle. Seems like an asteroid mining facility. After a long trip, even this place looks good.
Indeed. We're landing the command shuttle Raphael
So
now.
let's drop my guns
We'll
down.
connect to the grid as we isolate the signal. Interesting. It's actually a level 4 distress call. Precisely the same distress level as my mother-in-law arriving unannounced.
You really think you should be joking when someone's in trouble?
A quip here and there has kept me sane on this long journey of ours, Kai. Well,
I
relatively
think
sane.
that this setup should last me for a little bit
I'm
of
not sure the commander would
a little bit
agree.
of time.
Wait. Oh no.
I see the recon too. Damn. Years of deep space travel and the aliens still beat us.
Can we fight them here?
Checking systems. I can bring 3 tower types online immediately.
Gun, Inferno, and cannon towers?
Precisely. Commander, prepare for invasion.
Here they come.
This
Good
looks
luck,
to be
you
the most
three.
optimal path to get them to come around here. Getting them back around that way probably isn't much use. You can see the gun towers are taking them out quite substantially. They really are the best overall type. We may need to put some more in though. Probably another one here too.
I'm almost ashamed to say it, but it feels good to battle aliens once again.
Yeah, it does. But no shame here. Nothing better than taking one of them off the board.
Second that. Good to fight with all
I
of you
might look
again.
at dropping a
You're
cannon
doing
in
great.
here just to give a bit more range
It is
and take
indeed.
down a few more of
After
them.
all this space travel, I expect chasing after aliens
Sort
feels
of
especially
making their way
good.
to the cores too easily,
Yeah,
too
definitely.
early,
Be really nice to go for a run too.
and I'm being a bit lazy by not
Try
upgrading them
not
yet.
running for about 1,000 years, or for that matter, breathing or taking a bath, or thanks so much for bringing this up.
The cannons actually were really
Hey,
strong in
you
the
asked
original game
me.
against airborne enemies, but
Whatever.
I'm led to believe there aren't any flying enemies in Defense Grid 2, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's also good because they would really come out of nowhere. You'd have 7 or 8 waves of traditional enemies and they'd just be walking along your path, and all of a sudden there'd be some that would fly out of one of the random corners. And if you hadn't prepared for it with strong range missiles and cannons, you'd be in quite a bit of trouble.
A core regained. We'll take it. Let's keep the core safe this
They
time.
seem to be making it down here quite easily. Might be a case of needing to put some more guns up. Again, there's always a use for more gun towers. Yeah, it's definitely looking like the case. So I'm going to skip back to the checkpoint and put up some extra gun towers. Should hopefully solve my problems. Looks like it might not. Looks like it may make it all the way back. Okay, let's go back. We'll drop some more gun towers. And we'll drop one here as well. Once I get through this wave, I might look at doing some upgrades because it looks like I'm going to need them for the later waves. Stop that guy getting back over here, which is good. This guy's not making it too far here. I think I'm actually going to upgrade. Is this a gun tower? Inferno. So that's a gun. If I upgrade it, it's not going to give me a big bonus. I wonder if upgrading the cannon might be useful. Yeah, if you look at the upgraded rate of cannon, it nearly doubles. So upgrading the cannons usually gives you the best benefit.
Made it to the colonies yet.
Okay, so it looks like I've been way too stingy with the guns. So I'm going to go back 2 checkpoints, drop in some guns. Drop an Inferno there, and drop 2 guns at the back here. Put a gun there too, and I'm going to upgrade the cannon. So that should give me a little bit more help. So that cannon now will reach just over here very slightly. Looks like I'm going to redo it again. That guy's getting through. Okay, so let's get the upgrade there. One more gun there, gun here. Inferno and a gun. And another Inferno. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So now that's done. I'm going to upgrade this gun here. You get a very minuscule increase on the guns when you upgrade it in this one. Level 3 guns are really where you get the biggest benefit. Check that out in a second. So yeah, you do get a reasonable increase on attack rate for guns. Being so inexpensive as well, they don't give you a huge boost at the higher levels. You really need to get the things like the towers and the cannons and the lasers and other weapons that get massive increases on third level. I think the main thing I'm taking out of this first mission is that I'm being way too stingy on the towers. So I'm going to have a few more upgrades. especially in the areas where I need it, which is right there.
That core's safe again.
So now I've got a few more guns up. I'm doing better. We're not getting the cores leaving very far from the
Maybe they
home
haven't made
base.
it to the colonies yet.
An artificial intelligence can always dream. If they haven't made it to the colonies,
I
then we
may
need to
upgrade
make
this
sure the
Inferno
bastards
because
never
it's-
do.
It doesn't get any extra
We must
range
focus
though.
and win.
No range increase, but it does get an increase in power. So it's not really a benefit. I want to get the increase in range around that sort of half circle path there. He's going to full level. So if you look at that full level cannon, that level 3 cannon has full attack and higher range of fire. So let's get that upgraded, and hopefully that will cause a lot of problems for the enemies. Especially if I get some of those walker ones coming through that are quite challenging. It does seem to be making some progress there. Okay, let's do a bit of a speed up to get the next wave come through. Be very happy to get the temporal towers back in one of these next few missions, which will allow me to slow them down, and you can really create some good and innovative kill zones once you can slow them down and start to path them around the maps. I'm going to upgrade these two guns at the back here because they will probably do the most damage. Considering they're a bit raised from the other weapons on a high platform, they should have a higher line of sight. Again, as Defense Grid, one of the cool features is that the towers do have line of sight, so you've got to be careful where you place some of them.
I said.
I don't think he could manage it for 10 minutes.
Can you imagine his first system to frag?
Okay, fine. I'm now scratching my back.
That's a low blow, Simon.
Simon.
Back to business at hand.
So we're not going too bad, we're only up to wave 10 at the moment. Let's give this a bit of a speed up. Might throw another tower on here, just again to make sure we're not having any issues with them coming through, taking off with the cores. That level 3 cannon is absolutely wrecking things over there. Might actually be worth putting up another level 3 cannon somewhere. It is causing an extreme amount of havoc. Interested to see what a level 3 Inferno does. Let's give it an upgrade and see what that does. Infernos are pretty useless in the first game. You'd get a bit of help from some enemy types, but upgrading them never really seemed to give them a big benefit. And here again, you're not getting much of an increase. So it's some cool lighting effects, they're really not doing a lot.
Thank goodness we've regained a core.
Okay, I think I am going to go to some level 4 guns. Just to see if that makes a big difference again. Hello viewer number 1. I've only been playing a short time, so I haven't really missed too much. Ah, yeah. I haven't played Tropico in probably about 5 months. This is Defense Grid 2. It's a very awesome tower defense game. The first game's on Steam and it's dirt cheap and very much recommended. So if you are into these styles of games, definitely pick it up. But this is the sequel that's just come through early access in the last couple of weeks. So these towers I've got up now seem to be doing okay. Okay, so the game sounds too high. Just give me a second, I'll drop it a little bit. How's that? Does that sound any better? And yes, you're right, there is a lot of poo on this, especially with these gun towers. They do tend to make quite a lot of noise and fire incredibly fast. Awesome, thanks. So I've got 6 waves to go. I'm hoping my tower setup will work. One of the cool things about Defense Grid is that once you get that tower set up right early, you can sort of just just sit back and let them watch. No, I'm still not on a second monitor. I'm just I had to alt tab out. I'm playing it in a window actually because it's easier to alt tab out of the window than it is to alt tab out of the game. So not too far away from the second monitor. So I've only had the 2 types of enemies on this map so far, the little red guys, can't really see them anymore, and the little skinny guys here. So I haven't had really a great deal of variety. There were some very big and very quick enemies in the previous games that would take sort of 3/4 of the map to bring down. So I'm assuming they'll come back very soon, but right now it's not too challenging. You can see in the waves up the top, actually my next 4 waves are pretty much the same. It's going to be a lot of the little guys coming with a few of the bigger ones, and I think my tower combination here is probably going to be okay. I may want to have an upgrade. I may upgrade these 2 actually, just to get a little bit safer area around my cores. Yeah, this is actually the first story mission. There is a prologue level that just gives you a bit of an introduction to the basics, just tower placement and enemies and things like that. So yeah, this is actually the first story level, so they've only given you 3 of the towers that you have available, and they're pretty basic enemy types, so you're not really seeing a lot. Because I played the previous game at all, it's pretty straightforward for me. But yeah, there's nothing too hairy on this level yet. As I mentioned before, the graph in the top right-hand corner I find is fantastic because it gives you an idea of where you're sitting for the different medals. In the previous game, you just had to finish the level and sort of hope that you got gold, silver, or bronze. So it's a really nice addition. I can start to see these guys are starting to make it back here by now, so I'm probably going to need to upgrade these towers around here. Because once they die, they're able to take the cores from wherever they find them and head all the way back. So, if they start making it past these 2 towers, I am going to go back to the previous checkpoint and try a little harder. Although it looks like I might be safe. So again, that's one of the other cool things with Defense Grid is you do get checkpoints through every sort of 4 or 5 waves. So if I have stuffed something up, I just need to hit backspace and it'll send me back 2 or 3 waves, and I can have another try at my strategy and try and improve my tower layout. I might have a bit of a problem here because these guys are catching up to these cores very quickly. It was interesting in the previous game too, one of the high level strategies was to start juggling towers and juggling people through different routes on the map, which is a bit too technical for me. I was a bit lazy and I just like to put my towers down. So I think I'm safe here. These red towers seem to be doing a good job at bringing them down before they can get the cores too far away. Although this next lot looks quite concerning. Yeah, it does have slowing towers. I think they're called temporal towers, and they come later. So there's all the traditional types. You get there's a like a concussion tower and a temporal tower, which slows everyone down. There's a laser tower. There's a command center that sort of doubles your the resources you get from killing them. So basically, the storyline of the game is that one of the guys is able to slowly unlock more towers for you as you progress. He sort of brings them back online. So I assume once we get to the next stage, we will get another tower, which probably will be the laser tower, knowing how the previous games worked. Okay, so I can see this group here is going to make it through now, and if they don't, some of these guys are going to grab it, so I'm going to have to go back a checkpoint and put some more towers down, or increase my towers. I'm actually going to have to go back 2 checkpoints, so let's get some upgrades going. Yeah, I was done there, that was not good. So I could probably have made it through and got a silver score by losing some cores, but I'm a bit OCD like that. I prefer not to lose any of my cores. All stems back to the previous game, whereas if you didn't lose cores, they would gather interest while they were sitting in the little home area here. So if you ever lost a core, you were already reducing your points. So if you're looking at it from a min-max level, having your cores ever leave the area was a big no-no. I'm going to upgrade these 2 as well. Yep, and so these guys are still getting through. So there's an area I have somewhere that's not doing very well. So let's get some upgrades again. And I'm going to put down some more towers. So that was, again, in the previous game, I think one of the strategies for getting a high score was having a relatively small number of towers. So the fewer towers you had, the better your score would generally be. So I've been trying to play along that style, but it looks like, apparently from this level, it's not going to work. And again, I'm still getting guys coming through the back here. And they're making it the whole way. Yeah, there's no splash damage towers yet, unfortunately. So, which is not good. There's a meteor tower later in the game that goes through, basically almost cover the whole region of your map. It's very slow to fire, but does some fantastic splash damage. So I've got plenty of resources. I'm not worried about resources at the moment, so I really should be upgrading some of these towers. There's this little lot here that's getting through every time that I'm not coping with. Okay, so let's go back a couple of checkpoints again. Drop some more towers. I'm going to put another cannon down actually. The cannon does a bit more damage overall. Once I upgrade it as well, it does get quite an improvement.
Thank God a core has been returned safely.
So whilst they're down there, let's upgrade these towers. No, these guys are still getting through every time. How frustrating. My strategy from the previous games is definitely not working. So, let's go back. Try again. Let's drop down on my guns. Do a couple of gun upgrades. So they're not going to get through here this time, it looks like. No, he has. Oh, I'm not doing well today. Sometimes it's a bit of luck as well with the line of sight of the towers just doesn't hit the guy you want. Yep, so again they're getting through. I'm going to drop a couple of cannons extra. And let's just upgrade this whole path here.
We'll take it.
Hopefully that will make a difference. It'll be a lot easier later on once I get some of these higher level weapons back. Wow, they're still getting through. Okay, let's try something different. Put an Inferno on the corner there. Upgrade these guns. Yeah, you do. It depends. Basically, it's, if you go back, it's just like a checkpoint. So whatever you've upgraded at that certain time will be there. So it just depends which checkpoint you're at. Oh, sorry, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, sorry. If you've upgraded them to a checkpoint, you keep them. If you go back, you don't. It's just basically a save state. So, where did I put down an extra cannon? I think I just put down guns everywhere. So let's just upgrade those guns. We'll also upgrade the Inferno. Okay, so pretty much everyone's upgraded except these two, which I'll do once these last ones pass. And that should hopefully get me through the end of this level, and I'll rethink my strategy moving forward. No, I'm definitely not an exchange student. I'm definitely born and bred Australian. I don't know why. I've had a few times people say that I sound British, and it's not intentional. Okay, so everyone's upgraded now. I've got at least amber or orange towers around the whole map. And I might just get this guy to red as well, just to give me a bit extra. I think that should be enough though. Yeah, I think adding those extra Infernos has certainly helped.
But let's not rest on those laurels.
Still not getting me that gold score yet. Looks like gold will be around 70,000, so I'm sitting at 62 at the moment. A couple extra waves may get me there. Just to be safe, I'm going to put some red guns up the back here. Yeah, we got a lot of coverage of the Scotland independence election down here. There was a big debate in Australia about a decade ago whether or not we should become a republic and remove all ties from the Queen, and that didn't pass, so something similar has happened down here. We do have a lot of expats from the UK here as well, so they're always interested in those sort of things. Okay, so it looks like dropping down all these towers has certainly helped. Trying to go with a minimal tower setup as I have in previous games isn't working. And it's definitely showing the power of these upgraded towers, so having them upgraded and all of them down really is making a difference.
Commander. I think that's the last of them.
So that's good.
I have a lock on the distress signal.
Finally. Shall we head
Smash
way,
that
Commander?
gold score.
I think we should.
Kai, are you all right?
Yes, we are still subject of Her Majesty the Queen.
But
If the aliens are here, they probably beat us to the human planets.
So
This could be the last
that's
of them.
worked out pretty well.
I can't
7,000,
say I'm
8,000.
optimistic, Simon, but one thing at
I'm
a
not sure if you
time.
could actually get to
The
80
first
or not.
order of business is finding that distress beacon. Shall we, Commander?
So I beat the only person on my friends list who managed to have it. I did more total damage. They upgraded more towers than me and they built less towers. So that's an interesting one, is that I can get a higher score now by building more towers, but upgrading less of them. So I'm just going to take a quick break just to get a drink, and I'm going to come back shortly and we'll go through the next level.